just popped in. And, and as we were going live, I said, oh, Jackie just popped in.
Hey, Jackie.
Jackie Jacaranda. That Jackie.
Jackie.
Hey, how are you, Jackie? So, Karen couldn't make it today. Tummy bugs going around. You know, we are changing seasons. And so when a little one gets sick, usually the whole family will pick up something. So sending lots of healing, love, and hugs and nice, you know, gentle healing for the little tummies. So everybody feels better. And Karen said that she was going to VR for Nancy and I the fun little Halloween journals that her and her girls put together.
Oh, that's neat.
During the weekend stuff. So looking forward to that. And of course she'll be back and she can come live too and share and everything. So hope everybody is having a lovely Sunday afternoon. We have lovely weather. We woke up to some rain. I thought, oh, we're going to have nice rain. It's like a rainy day every now and then. Mm-hmm. We had like really like straight sun and 80s and stuff. And I like a good rainy day and a good rainy night. It's like the Eddie Rabbitt song. Remember that? Oh, I love a rainy night. Yep. Yeah. So that's one of my favorite songs. So, okay, Indigo Jaguar Bingo. Heather starts singing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the sun came out today, and happy autumnal equinox. Happy first day of fall.
Yes.
Happy Mabon or Mabon, as some people also pronounce.
This is exciting. I love this time of the year.
Me too. Yeah. And the leaves are turning yellow on the tree, so we have yellows and greens, and the birds are always so chatty in the morning and in the evening. So it's nice. And then you go out, you can start smelling the leaves on the ground, and you get that beautiful smell. Hey, what's up, Gerald? Howdy, howdy. He's listening whilst loading the car to go to the coven ritual. Yes, blessed Mabon.
Yes.
From Mabon, Gerald, to you and your coven members. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed ritual and celebration today.
Yes.
I missed the open circles that they used to do here in Buffalo when I was younger. It's always so nice to be able to celebrate with like-minded others. Oh, excuse me. I need a sip.
Me too. Let's sip together.
Let's sip. Or as Rain said this morning, I have to gulp. So I was like, gulp. I got that little tickle in the back of my throat.
Yeah.
So still working on the junctures. I was sharing with Nancy in the back that I have been collecting and doing collaging since my 30s. I mean, even kind of started in my 20s, but really got into it in Arizona in my 30s and getting stickers and putting pictures and collaging. And for me, it's become an art form. And now that we have to get ready for our move next year, I've had to pull everything out of storage because I'm not going to be able to take everything with me. I'm going to have to leave some stuff behind and maybe even throw some things out. And I did not realize the extent of my images between beautiful. Let me find one of my favorite pictures. You know, Susan Sedan Boulay. I have Howard Schatz. He does these beautiful underwater photography photographs. I have old witches calendars, the Llewellyns witches year calendar that I saved and collected. I have pictures of Tori Amos from growing up. I have Madonna. I have Anita Franco. And I told Nancy between that and all my other little art pictures and images that I've saved, I have to have at least, I think, 2 to 3 boxes worth. And I thought, oh, I'll just spend the week and go through and it just... And I got frozen. Is that, was it called analysis paralysis or something?
Yeah.
So, but working through, Nancy, did you want to start sharing some of the goodies that you made?
Well,
over the weekend? I'll pull a few of mine out.
One of the things that I did that has absolutely nothing to do with junk journals is I decorated a candle. I bought a candle at the grocery store. And it fell out of the cart after I'd paid for it. outside when I was loading up the car. So what I did was I brought it home and I took the candle wax out of the broken glass thing that it was in and put it in another glass receptacle that I had. And this is what I did. I decorated it with crystals and rose petals and got the crystals in there and lavender.
You're so talented.
So, you know, I just, you know, I have quite a few rose bushes and I save all the flowers from, I've got rose petals everywhere. But anyhow, so I did that, but that has nothing to do with the junk journals. I was hoping that Garnet would be here because Garnet sent me some, and he also sent Heather
beautiful
some
pictures of roses.
Beautiful pictures that of some ancient stones that are not too far from where he lives. And so what I did was I printed off those pictures and I made the cover of this. This is my Crone junk journal. And I have on the inside, I also have some pictures. And I've added little stickers. This says practice kindness and not all
Beautiful.
who wander are lost. And then, you know, I just put things that I like in the front of it. I woke up every morning with the option of being anyone I wished. How beautiful is it that I chose myself?
Hi, Rain. That's beautiful.
So, hey, Rain. And then I have a lot of material because I do quilting. And so I put some, it says, I put some corks and I put, I am like a fine aged wine. Full-bodied, matured, and memorable.
Ooh, full-bodied and memorable. Take that.
And then I said, a crone's wisdom, years of living, savoring, accumulated memories, lessons learned, and overwhelming love. So love has been very, very important to me on my journey. I've got a picture of me that I had that I took to the nursing home to leave, you know, and put on my husband's cork board with pictures of our family. This was a note for a doctor's appointment that he wrote out in one of my journals. I was going through my journals, yearly journals, and found that. And then, you know, I've just got just all kinds of kind of Crone stuff in here. This is about death and dying. And then I said, hold on to autumn for as long as you can because winter is coming. And, you know, right now I am in the autumn of my life. And winter will be coming. Here's a picture from years ago of my children, and this was my husband and I went on our wedding day.
Oh, look at Nancy.
Yeah. And, you know, I just put things in here. I've got places where I can write. I started it off by, oh my, haven't the years passed ever so quickly? And that is a tremendous understatement. And then I've just got all, I am a crone, my soul will live forever. Look upon me and ponder my immortality. And
you have such nice handwriting too.
Oh, well. My. And then I just added things that I just thought were kind of funky and some rose petals and poems that I like. Things from antique books that are falling apart. Added pages, the nature of risk, and I've got that beautiful picture there. I love dragonflies, so I put some dragonfly material in for texture. Let's see.
Okay, nice.
All kinds of pockets. Pardon me?
Okay, some nice compliments. Ray loves the wedding photo and also, ooh, a fine aged wine. Sometimes sweet. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm just saying. And then, you know, and then what I've got is like you put little things in that open up and fold down just to add, you know, fun to the journal.
Just more.
More material. let's see, live well, laughed often, love much. And let's see what else I've got in here that I can show you that is,
And Free Spirit also joined us, so welcome, Free
hey,
Spirit.
Free Spirit.
I like that name.
Yes, I do too. And then I have something on ancestral strands. And this on the right here, it begins with go deeply and remember the web of creation that holds all in fluctuating harmony. Breathe in and taste the sunlight. Just pretty things like that that I like. The sun cycle of the different seasons. Let's see what else. Just more funky stuff. I like funky stuff. And
Diana, oh my God, we conjured Diana. I have something to tell you, Diana.
You got to show her that picture.
Yes.
Here, this says, when I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen. And, then I can write things that have to do with that. This right here is something that I said. I wrote this, and I says, hopefully memories last forever. And one of the things that I put here, and I believe this to be true. I think it's very important. It's part of who I am. I have all this sexy stuff that I have. And I wrote, if only I had. Nope, I did. I did not want to look back on my life and say, if only, I wish I had done that. And I have some secrets here that nobody knows about. And I wrote here, I know this to be true. Live with abandon, take chances, never regret, and grab the golden ring. Because this life is just fleeting.
Mm-hmm.
And then we either choose to come back or we say, I've had enough, thank you.
I've had enough, thank you. You hear that? Hi yourself, Heather.
But in the very last page is, I've just got this on the very last page. And it says, dance to your own drummer. I think that's very, very important. Mm-hmm. Desire, ask, believe, and receive. Just all kinds of things. And that is my Crone journal. And it's junky. And Heather does a different kind of journal because Heather doesn't junk. I junk.
I love that though. I got to learn how that I can junk my nice stuff to make it funky. And I've just been so used to doing collages, and starting in college, I didn't know really about collage until I took a design class, and she was like, doesn't matter. She goes, use fabric, use this, use that. And so I was just, taking pictures of things that kind of reminded me of wings and supermodels. And I was putting the wings on the back of the supermodels, making them look like they were fairies and having fabric. I mean, I started back in the day loving it. And so for me, though, as I got older, I started playing with, and I don't, well, let me see, I do have, because I am going to figure out a way to put some of these things into my pages, especially my Tory book that I have. But I got this, I can't wait to use this paper. I found that at Hobby Lobby. It's a nice little jaguar leopard-like print. But this is what I've been doing a lot over the years, is taking pictures from, and YouTube, nudity alert. If you don't like nudity, then and don't look, but this is art. So I have all different types of just images and things, and I love to collage with them. And Diana, well, first of all, let me just share really quick. So I ended up going to Hobby Lobby because last week they had their scrapbooking on 40% off. I won't pay full price. And so I have these frames. The people who collect the Witch's Calendar knows by Llewellyn. there's usually a beautiful frame and then they have a picture on the inside. Well, sometimes I don't always necessarily like the artwork, but I love the frames. So I cut the frames out, one fit in
Mm-hmm.
there, and then I'm going to start splitting them and putting them in the other pages. But this was from my 30s. I cut that out. Shiloh Sophia McLeod, the one who does the Mother Mary Oracle, and some of the others. This was one
Mm-hmm.
of her junk journals for women to work in. And I colored this female, but I put wings on her and I put butterflies in it because I was working with Butterfly Woman back in the day. I still work with her, but other, like my Jaguars and stuff, end up coming through. But I took out words and cut them. She creates her story, which I loved. On the other page, I'm trying to be very careful with how I space out certain images. So there's another Susan Sedan, belay picture. I just
Mm-hmm.
love that, her looking up at the moon. People might recognize, you know, from Alana Fairchild's, one deck. She worked, I have a calendar with all those images in it.
Uh-huh.
I have another journal. This is just trying to figure out where all
You
these
can
images are.
embiggen yourself, Heather.
Oh, and then I got this.
Oh, I love that.
And this is from Journal Josephine Wall. Rain. Josephine Wall, those cards, beautiful cards you use for your gratitude Sundays. This is a journal that Shan got for me. This is one of her artworks with the feathers and
Love
the
that. Love
butterflies.
that.
And that's the initial, excuse me, book for that. But Diana, I wanted to show you something. I was talking about you backstage, and I'm just like, oh, Diana would love this. So I'm going to actually embiggen me so Diana can see the picture. Susan Sedan.
Yes.
You may even know this image, but check this out, Diana. Isn't she beautiful? Kind of like Ellen of the Trod. This
Mm-hmm.
was taken from Susan's book where she did a lot of oil pastel ink drawings based on shamanic practices. A lot of people, you probably still see her calendars and her gift cards in like Barnes and Noble and other stores.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a couple of her books, and so was one of the pictures I saved. So that beautiful. I thought of you with the horns and with her, and also this one here too, Dear Woman, and that's one of my favorites too. That I'm trying to
That's
find
beautiful.
a home for in one of my journals. And again, like I said, I have a lot of old collage stuff and pictures. I actually have a book of Tori Amos that is no longer in print. I went to go see if I can buy a new copy because some of it's falling apart a little bit, but I wanted to kind of try to add pages to it. And whoops, there she comes flying out, trying to save all my images of her and trying to add pages so that the artist created beautiful images of her along with her lyrics. So I'm trying to, Nancy was helping me backstage trying to figure out how to lay these books, kind of bend the spine a little bit so I can get and add pages and then add other pages of, no, get out of here. Sorry. Somebody wants to be fed right now and she can't be. It's not time yet. So working on a lot of my Tory pictures. Just absolutely beautiful. I have a beautiful collection of some of them. Um, One of my favorite. I don't know if anyone knows who Tori Amos is, but she did an album called Strange Little Girls that came out in 2000, 2001. And she went ahead and had the photographer create new looks for her face, make her different characters for different songs. And they were all her takes on piano wise and her style on hits like, or songs like Raining Blood by by Slayer, New Age, Lou Reed, and a couple of others, and just changing her appearance, for each of the songs. And she did a calendar. A friend of mine had one for me, and so I have a lot of these images, even from like my God when I was in my 20s. So trying to put as much of my life together into these books, to celebrate my life, to
Yeah.
celebrate my memories. but for me, just trying to be careful that I don't accidentally, you know, damage them.
Yes.
And then of course,
Well, yeah, those things like when you have something that's very, very special, you don't want to junk it. You know
this
what I mean?
beautiful picture of Ani
Yeah.
DeFranco that I have.
Yeah.
I can't remember when she was in Rolling Stone magazine. Just beautiful picture. So I'm trying to really be careful and do a lot of these images. And this is a homegirl. This is Buffalo, and I had a chance once to jam with her. Didn't know who she was. I wasn't that good at drums, in my opinion, at the time. I turned her down, and now I'm kicking myself in the ass. Let me tell you.
Oh, well,
But what can I
ever
say?
since Diana has been on with the Divine Feminine and told us about Ellen of
Ellen
the
of the.
Ways, every time I see a card
Yep. Oh,
in one
look
of my
at
decks,
Diana.
I
Oops.
think of Diana.
Diana, take a look at this. This is from a new deck that's out.
Yeah,
They
just
actually
came
created
out.
her.
And it says on the bottom of the card, I choose the right path for me. And I love that, which has nothing to do with junk journals, by the way.
No. So let's just back up a little bit because I know I was a chatty Cathy there for a second. So Lottie B has joined us, and Audra has joined us. Good afternoon. I'm listening into the craftiness, and we hope that you're crafting along with us,
Yes.
as well.
Has anybody worked on junk journals this week, or was anybody interested in doing that? Does anybody
want to share
what they've done?
Oh, and Audra says, I did a class that was called a soul collage, I think. We did cards like that. Yep. You can do them in journals. You can do them in cards. You can do them, for me, I like the scrapbooking because then I can preserve the image and then add like stickers or something. And not to even mention the ton of stickers that I have. And Diana says, yes, love, I'm listening. Oh my God, I have a calendar with tons of her work. So Susan Sedan. I mean, a lot of people do. Audra loves with all the animals mixed in. And Diane saying, yes, yes, yes. Let's see. Indoctrinated into Ellen of the Trods. Love you, gals. Love you too, Diane. You have to come back and share some more with us.
I did want to show one thing. I'm making another junk journal as a Christmas gift. And one of the things that I did was I crinkled up on this particular page. I crinkled up wax paper. Can you see what I did?
Yep.
It's just wax paper.
Texturized
it. So you can just do and it makes a certain, like a sound, and then there's room here where she can write into it, if she wants to. But I just think it's fun using all the different types of media, to put it together.
And Diana, you're going to have to join Nancy and I then, because she says I've made 8 of them or more junk journals. And so Diana, I got to join us and come and share.
And I wanted Rain to see this puppy.
Here, let me put. Oh, look at that! How adorable!
Isn't he adorable? I just had to put him in because the person I'm making this for loves animals, so especially doggies. Yeah.
And Diana said, "In prayers for Ukraine, using my grandmother's old holy cards." Oh, that's beautiful. Oh. I would love to TPP. Oh, I would love to. Well, Nancy and I are going to be on for a few minutes. We might play around. We might craft, talk to everybody. So if you want to pop in and share something with us, if you have time, no pressure, just let us know, and I can pop the link into the chat if you want to share. That's what Nancy and I want to do. We would love for people to join us and craft along with us. And and speaking of like what I do with my live paintings with Jonathan and I will be back on October 4th to do a live painting. So dogs are typing for me. Her doggies. Aw, gotta love the pups. So yeah, I'm just like being really finicky, like, ooh, where do I? And when you have like, for me, I love journals. I love collecting. When I see a beautiful journal with covers on them, I gotta have them. And so I have to have at least 10 of them right now. And And I'm even thinking about going into the booklets that come with the oracle cards and stuff, because
Mm-hmm.
if they're reprinted in color, those would be beautiful too, like Jenna Della Gratalia. And I know that I'm trying to. I mean, I don't know how other people would feel about doing something that like that, but to me, I think a lot of the packaging is beautiful nowadays for the Oracle decks and everything, but they do take up a lot of space. And I'm thinking of just going ahead and taking the cards and their book, putting them into a bag or wrapping them in some fabric, and then just tossing the box out. We do have a place around here that recycles. Our building doesn't. And just try to get rid of clutter and stuff that way. And speaking of clutter, hey girl, hey. Learning about decluttering and combining and going through things. I hope you're all enjoying the first day of autumn. Yes, it stopped raining, Allison, and the sun came out today, so it's some clouds are moving in, but it's been a very nice day. Thanks
It's
for
hot here.
we only have about 80 today, but the humidity is low. So, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out which journal to put this beautiful dear woman, as she called her, in it. And I have my black one, and then I have my moon crescent one, and trying to figure out which, I mean, she would even be beautiful on the front cover, but I don't have anything to be able to protect that image. But and this here you can find at Walmart for like $8, $9. And I wish I could find more like this in the store. The cover, when the book opens, it lays flat. It just lays perfectly flat on the table, and I love it's like a suede almost fabric to the cover. It's very soft petal like. Have to run. Bye, Diana. Thank you for popping in.
Oh, yeah.
I just love that you did, especially when I was telling Nancy backstage.
Yes,
I wish I
you
could share.
manifested her, Heather.
Oh my goodness. Alrighty, so now we're going to manifest $1 million for every single one of us.
Yes.
Attention out there.
Hey, I'm on board for that. Yeah.
I am too. Then I have this beautiful. I think I sent this to Allison this morning, but this beautiful. It's like a owl or a raven or a bird too by Susan Sedan, and so I think she looks pretty because I love the color of the brown paper. Because Heather likes to color coordinate. Everyone sees my thumbnails and stuff. I like to, make things cohesive and include, the same colors, if possible. And I loved how the golden stars on a couple of these papers match the beautiful browns and warms and golds in that. So I have a feeling that dear woman is going to go into my. And I tried figuring out how to do a poll thing. I was having trouble with it. If there is for polls for a channel on my community tab,
yes.
I was trying to figure it out, and I was just like, because it was asking for questions and answers and things. But if there's a certain type of craft that you would like for Nancy and I to bring somebody on to do, or that we can try, if we have the materials, definitely let us know. And I just oh my god, I just realized I was looking at the deer here for Diana, but also check it out. We got like the little hound and then the Eye of Horus. We got Anubis down here too with the moon. So very, very cool. I like that. Yeah, Allison showed and shared with us her new tattoo on Friday. So that was fun. Yes, Agador.
I love that tattoo.
It's beautiful.
That's one thing I did. When I was old enough to know that I really, really still wanted tattoos, I started getting them. And I do not regret them one bit. So
I remember comedian. Now this is going back to the early '90s, when MTV had a show called Half Hour Comedy Hour, and that's where
Uh-huh.
Pauly Shore and a lot of them got their airtime. And some guy was doing this joke, and oh no, or was it a woman? And she had gotten something to do with a horse or something on her chest, on her breast or something. And she
Ah,
was joking, going, "Can you imagine as she gets older, that's going to drop? And it's like she's going to have this big old unicorn." The way she said it, see, I wasn't meant to be
yeah.
a comedian,
Well,
but the way she said, I mean, it was hysterical because as we age,
oh yeah. But you know what? You know who has the most beautiful tattoos is Elaine from Tarot Tats and Tea. Her channel,
oh,
if y'all have not visited her channel, she has the most wonderful um, outlook on life. She is she had breast cancer, both breasts, and had
oh,
two
wow,
radical mastectomies. And what
I
she
didn't know
did
that.
is she had her whole chest, her whole bare chest, tattooed with the most gorgeous flowers and vines. Oh my
I've
goodness.
seen I've seen
And
tattoos like that.
yeah,
They're
and
beautiful.
she is such an inspiration. Y'all should, if you're not familiar with her channel, it's Tarot Tats and Tea, and she has wonderful content. She's a wonderful, wonderful tarot reader and gardener, and goes on all kinds of trips, and very wise, very wise.
Okay. See, I'm so indecisive. It's like, where do I put these?
Well, I'm still working on this one that I just this one that I'm going to gift. I've torn out a bunch of pages, and now I don't have as many to add, and it's not as fat, so that it's easy to look through, and it's not like burgeoning. And there's some like this picture here. I'm going to keep this picture in it because I like this. This is an old cookbook,
Very
and
nice.
and I just at the very back of it, I have created with love, and I'll put a note in the front to her, you know, and I'm looking forward to because on Christmas night we go to my son's log cabin. My son and
Ooh.
daughter-in-law. It's her home. It's been in her family for generations and generations. It's like 150,
Oh wow.
160 years old. It's amazing, and that's my happy place. And on Christmas night, my son and I go there and celebrate Christmas, and I'm just really looking forward to them opening, what I'm making for them because, you know, um, I think, I mean, it's wonderful to receive gifts, especially if they're thoughtful.
Mhm.
But I'm looking forward to see how they react to these junk journals. Um,
I am noticing that
yeah,
certain papers do not like the Elmer's purple glue, disappearing purple glue.
you don't like
The,
that?
well, it's not sticking. I'm moving these around, and they're popping off the paper.
Maybe you're not using enough because that's what I'm using and they stick. But I go
I
through them.
don't
Let me
know.
tell
This
you.
is weird.
Yeah,
I don't know. And now I'm having to use. Hmm. What's up with that?
I don't know.
Well, under Agador, I can't understand you. I know you're probably giving me some good advice, but I
It's
can't
just
understand
yeah.
you. Pretty boy.
I found, you know what? I have this book that I have had a long time, and I pulled it out, and I put some of this in the junk journal, and it's called 300 Writing Prompts, and it's full of writing prompts. And the ones that I put in this particular junk journal is I put several pages. And some of the prompts are, if you had been able to choose, would you rather have been an only child or part of a very large family? The next one was, if I looked in your fridge right now, what would I find? Have you experienced something that you just could not be logically explained? What do you need right now? Have you ever had the rotten experience of having to put a pet down? Well,
yeah.
yes. But you know what? A few of you know this. My Lily Grace is, she is a part Chihuahua little girl, and she is maybe weighs 4 pounds. She has a really bad heart murmur, and we don't know, how long she's going to last. And yesterday morning, I got up to let them out. I have 2 Chihuahuas that live with me, and my son has one that is staying with him. And I left the front door open so they could go out, and I went back to sleep. When I woke up at 9 o'clock, I couldn't find her anywhere. I'll show you a picture of her in just a second, because I don't have. But anyway, that little monkey, here she is.
Let's put Lily Grace up on the big screen.
This was after she came home.
Oh, she's so precious.
But and here she is looking up at me. This is the first people that found her. Look at how scared she looks. Mm-hmm. And the barbecue place up the street found her. And they brought her in, and they gave her some brisket.
Ooh.
And doggone if she didn't sneak out on them and get out through the screen door. And a little bit later, she was in the middle of the road. This was like about 7:30 in the morning. And this man stopped the vehicle and picked her up. And he is the husband of a vet. And they took her to the vet's office. And the vet checked her and everything. And my daughter-in-law, the whole family mobilized. My son had a lot of friends over. They were working on his Halloween decorations and stuff. And they all stopped what they were doing, took to the streets with flyers and everything. And we finally got her back. And last night, of course, she sleeps with me, but her little heart, it just pounded all night. It was in her little paw, her little pads on her paws were bright red from being in the hot asphalt. And it was really a miracle that she was found. Heather mobilized and called in all the angels. And I just am so thankful that we found her, because I was afraid maybe a hawk snatched her up or something.
Me too. That's what I initially thought.
Yeah. And I thought, oh no, I don't need that in my head, Garnet.
That's why I put it up there.
Garnet, you're here. I wanted to show you. I already showed people, but I wanted to show you. You inspired my Crone journal. And I put your pictures on the front of it and the back.
Wow.
And on the inside page. So I wanted to thank you so much for sending those to me. It meant a whole lot, Garnet. It really did. So thank you.
I know she was hoping that you would pop into chat, Garnet. So when I saw you pop in and say hi.
Yes, I'm so happy that you came in, because I wanted to show you that. So thank you again. Yeah.
So Garnet, did you have anything that you've been playing around with art-wise that you want to come on and join Nancy and I to share with everybody? Karen couldn't make it today because her and the family came down with a tummy bug. So if anyone wanted to come on, share anything that they've made recently, or just would like to join Nancy and I, well, playing
Yeah.
around.
Garnet, I just printed off the pictures with my HP printer and then glued them on the front of the book, and then the back of the book, and so and then put all my crone thoughts in it.
Very nice.
Yeah. But I've had fun with it, and it's completely done, so I'm happy about that. Yeah. So.
And I have this beautiful guy too to find a home for.
Oh, I love that. That's her art. Her art has a certain quality to it.
Ink, oil pastels, just I can't imagine how long it took her. And I mean, she did a lot of work before we lost her. I think they said she was 50, somewhere between 50 and 55 when she passed from cancer. And I just wonder what more she could have created, but she came to do what she came to do, and what a beautiful legacy she's left behind.
Yes, yes.
She truly has. And you know what? I don't think it's the glue, because I just went ahead and glued, this picture in here, and it's sticking really nice. I think it's because the paper that I'm using might be is an art paper.
Yeah.
And with this being a glossy, type of paper, there might be just it not wanting to. But I know that there is something called clear acrylic tape that hopefully I can use. And Garnet, you're right. It's surprising what you can do when you put your mind to it.
Yes.
Exactly.
And the getting old pictures out, I did that too. I have some old photographs, and I have boxes of photographs. I have photographs that were my mother's before she met my father, and just all of these old pictures. And I want to do something with that. I want to make books for my children with some of their ancestors in it, and I think I'll enjoy doing that this winter.
And I went through and I found some more pictures, collages that I did, and wanted to share a few here. I have to figure out how to put those in my books without damaging them, but it says "A lasting love, forever bound by fate," and this was from the Twilight based inspired scrapbooking from, I think it was 2010 when I got this. But a lot of the papers were beautiful. There's sparkles on it. Light romance grounded under grows under a full moon. Just a lot of, and then again, little pictures of Tori. This was a girl's face. I found a picture of a flower and taped the flower over her head to make it look like it was. But yeah, just really plain and just allowing. Seasons of the Witch, I had a couple of their images from a book, so I still have those to go through. But and this was from a CD cover that I saved, and this was from an old tarot book called The Handle, I think it was. It's kind of hard to see. An old Gero Marchetti. I had a deck of his from before, and I like the High Priestess, so I saved that and cut her out. I had to be careful because I'm like, well, I don't want to put too many because then I'm going to be covering up the pretty paper. So maybe I shouldn't buy pretty paper anymore. It's afraid to cover it up. But I love collage. I really, really do. Which is probably why I love Canva too so much. Let's see. And Garnet says, I found a picture I'd done when I was about 16. Wow.
Oh.
Very nice.
Well, your artwork is beautiful, Garnet. I think that bird you sent was beautiful. You know what? I put it in. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see where I put it.
Where is my paper cutter too?
Let me show you. I've got your artwork in one of my journals, Garnet. Let me see if I can find it. This big journal that I did. This one. I'm still working on it, but let me see here. I hope you don't mind I did that, but I did it anyway.
Well, I bet you he loves it. Yeah, he says here, I don't know how you do that. So just, wow. Garnet, you inspired. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, Shenanigans.
Oh, here it is. Here it is, Garnet.
Hello. Yep, there's your pictures.
Yeah. And then on the other side, I've got what looks to me like Jerry Garcia.
There you
And
go.
he says, though some may be deaf to your heart's sweet tune, I sing it loud anyway. Your soul tribe will hear you. So, y'all are part of our soul tribe, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and Rain, if you are still in the chat, I did get your email. And let Nancy and I know what Sunday in October works best for you, and you can come on and share with us your little coffin things and stuff that you were telling me about. Your little Halloween crafts. We would love that.
Yes.
We would love to have you join us.
Yes.
And if anybody didn't see earlier, Rain has her Sunday morning gratitude hour. And
I missed that. And you know, I was going to watch it and I got caught up in brunch.
Brunch sounds yummy.
Yes.
Yeah, this paper does not want to take this. And I'm even using regular glue now, and it still won't take it. So there's got to be something. Here, let's try that again. Unless I'm not meant to do this. And they're telling me no. And I still have not unpacked my book of shadows. I have no idea where.
Oh, yeah. You know, we had talked about doing that. I have a book of shadows that is just about full. And so I bought another one that great big one, Heather, that I got. I don't know if I showed you all that.
I think you did.
Amazon was having this really Prime Day sale extravaganza, and I got this for half price.
Yes, with the eye.
Yeah. And I mean, this was the one that they had the most deeply discounted. So what I'm doing is I'm using it as my BOS and adding rituals and prayers that I use in my practice. And there's a prayer for renewal and all about ancestral work. So I'm looking forward to.
And Garnet says that you got my pictures, paintings, Nancy. That makes me very happy.
Oh, good.
He's very happy.
Good, Garnet.
And Shenanigans says that looks like the monster book of the monsters cover from the third Harry Potter movie. Yes, and then they had the mouth, and every time you pick it up, they're going, yeah, 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 yeah. But it would have two eyes instead of the one eye. But yeah, I thought the same thing too, Shenanigans. Well, did someone say shenanigans? I just like saying shenanigans. That's fun. I hope you don't mind. Oh, wow. Tori and the Sun's got.
But anyhow, so I've got all of my stuff.
And I also got all those images from the X-Files.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
You have got so much stuff that you know, I mean, you just have all kinds of possibilities, Heather, for all of your
drowning in the possibilities.
Yeah.
It's just too bad we weren't moving just like maybe a little bit over. Oh, putting my creative juices to the challenge. How much can I get done within? Oh, it's 5 months now because we're in almost at the
Yeah.
end of September already.
Yeah.
And I don't know where she, but I remember finding this picture too. She's beautiful. It was a collection of
Mm.
images that I got because I thought I was going to do that women's workshop, with the collage making and things. And that's why it's,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these things I saved too. And I just, so people who don't know, Howard Schatz is a photographer, and I would say about 15 years ago or so, he released a couple books, um, and he would have models, dancers, and they
Oh,
would be nude they would be fully nude or semi-nude, wrapped in fabrics or beautiful clothing. He's also worked with Cirque du Soleil, and he would get tools, and he would have people who knew how to control their breath and that could hold their breath, would drop down, and he would take these beautiful flowing pictures of them, and I have a few of them saved over, and try to be. Let's see, that one there. I have to cut out the black around, but just some of these are just really, really beautiful. These people are all doing this underwater, holding their breath and stuff.
oh
So
my
he worked with a
goodness.
lot of dancers.
Amazing.
He worked with dancers. You can see the fabric flowing around them. Um, just really, really beautiful images. And again, YouTube, this is just art, just flowing dresses, very sensual, you know, but hey, I think a lot of his, I might need several more of these books, but um, a few that I just have to share now that I pulled out a couple. These are just absolutely beautiful. And I'm thinking to go ahead of getting my copy paper because I'd like to play with compliments in red and green or compliments in orange, and
Mm-hmm.
so there was that one too with them flowing down in the
Oh, that's
fabrics.
gorgeous. When you
Any ones
showed me
like
that
that.
picture earlier, I didn't realize that all of them were underwater.
These are all underwater,
Goodness.
um
That's amazing to me.
so they're just,
They look so graceful.
and they're dancers, so a lot of them know how to control their bodies, their
Mm-hmm.
movements. um this one here, um was with some of the people from Cirque du Soleil, and they did like action images like underwater.
Mm.
And this is and her with her mouth wide open. This is all underwater, and they're able to do that and take the photographs. So it's amazing, what people can do. So, but yeah, there's some that I couldn't even get, but some are just like so beautiful, just being wrapped in flowing silks and um, oh, and everyone will love. This is my favorite, I think, or one of my favorites of all of them, because I love purple. So this is one of my
Oh,
favorites.
that's gorgeous. Yeah, I love purple too.
Mm. So, and I have two of these, so I'm like, ooh, how can I play with that? So, um, just
Bye
very.
bye, Lottie B. Thank you
Bye,
for
Lottie.
stopping by,
So nice
spending
to see
time
you, my
with
dear.
us.
Appreciate.
Garnet
So,
loves the picture of the lady
in
in
green.
green. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, isn't she beautiful?
And that's wonderful about the communal gardening. You're going to have like a fall garden, Garnet,
Oh,
or is that for next year? Yeah, if it's hot over there, I'm sure it was hard
yeah.
work.
I
Yeah.
heard that it's been the temperatures and the weather are really, a lot different than what they used to be with the change of the weather
Mm-hmm.
patterns, especially in the UK. Um, oh, let's see. Oh, so Shenanigans had to go too. Bye, Shenanigans. Thank you for being
Great,
here.
Garnet. I look forward to getting them. Thank you.
Aw, that's wonderful.
I was talking about my candle earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually glad that it broke and I could start this one
Mm-hmm. Oh,
because
look how beautiful.
but what I'm going to do is when it melts down, I'm just going to put another one in it and just keep it going. my perpetual candle. What you got, Heather?
Huh? Oh no, I'm just putting
Oh,
my
I was.
my
Oh, I thought
pictures together
you had some other ones too.
because I am trying to not make so much of a, so that when we're done with the live, I don't have everything all over the place. But there was another one. Oh, here it is. It's a two-parter. I gotta figure out how to play with it because it was in the middle of the book. So when I had to cut it, but look at this one.
Oh gosh. Oh
And
my.
the other half, something. Wait a minute.
Thank you, Rain.
Something like, whoop, yeah, something like that together. So I'm trying to figure out, do I just let this part go and use it for a different, but isn't that beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
Just love that. Bye, Rain. Or just, are you leaving or did you say, oh, she really loved that candle? I'm sorry, Rain. I thought you were taking off.
I don't know if she was here when I was talking about it, but I bought a candle and it broke. The container broke. And so I took the wax out and put it in another container I had and then put the rose petals and lavender in it and some clear quartz. So I also take clear quartz pieces and put them in all of my plants that I have. I have in my bedroom, I have a quartz topped coffee table, and I've got it right next to a double window, and I have all of my plants there. And they just love the sun, filtering through the trees. So I've really enjoyed them, and I hope they'll do well this winter in the same location.
Yep, she says I had to leave to take the hooligans out. Just got back. So, and then Garnet says he's going to look for us on Messenger, and I try not to go on too much with social media, Garnet. So if I don't respond right away, sweetie, that's just me. Too much social media between.
Yeah, Garnet, on Facebook, I'm Nancy Armstrong Blanton, Blanton. So
Jackie, our Jackie has some lovely candles filled with crystals. Oh, so yeah. One of these days, Jackie said she was going to join us. Yes. Jackie's Crystal Moon. So a lot of crafters in our community.
Yes. Yes. Well, we are just about right on the hour. Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun.
Sure is. I wish I could have shown more with everybody because I'm still going through my pictures, and I am very slow, very particular, sometimes to the point of perfectionism sometimes. But for me, something's just got to be just right. But just really quick too, I want to do a shout out. Benny from The Fool's Apprentice, he released a video. I think it was yesterday or the day before, but I watched it yesterday. There was a channel that's still up, but she hasn't been on it for quite a few years. But she left up all her videos. Her name is Katie Flowers. Oh, and so you know her. And I started watching her, and although I don't necessarily agree with all of her viewpoints, I love the fact that not only does she, she's like me with a mental health, but getting the message out there that it needs to be talked about more and destigmatized, and how she was talking about decks and how some people pathologize each other, especially in the tarot community, and how others not but give unsolicited advice when not asked for. I mean, she's just really puts topics out there that I would love to have on when I have like Tom and I, or with Nancy too, maybe on a Divine Feminine certain ones, but with Allison and I, looking sometimes having topics. But I just hope that she does come back. Hey, Ange.
I think she has another channel that has to do with books.
I think Benny said something about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but like her last video, she talked about that, because that I think she works in a bookstore or something. I don't know, or
I
maybe in a
know. I
library.
just
I'm not sure.
met her. I know she's not doing video, and a lot of these videos are 5 years old, but they resonate. And I could just take a little bit each time because some things I agree with her, maybe not so much on others, but I love the fact that people can still have an open conversation and just being able to have that respect,
Oh yes.
even though, and she was talking about a deck that someone tried putting out on Kickstarter that, demoralized Britney Spears, and she actually stood up, and because other people in Kickstarter were laughing at the picture, this and that. I'm like, this isn't spirituality. And she says she
No.
was the only first like one to stand up, and when she addressed the deck creator, saying, you know what, this really isn't appropriate. She really went through a hard time. Mental illness is a serious
Yeah.
subject.
Yeah.
We don't need it stigmatized, and she got blocked you know she got
Really.
ridiculed and blocked by other people. So, and this was like 5 years ago.
Mm.
So I'm really hoping that the more we have these conversations and topics about mental health and just looking at um, you know as a community, how we approach each other, you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
um, and that's one of the things that I love too about the creativity um, shows that I do, um, because it gives people a chance to share their create, no matter, 'cause I have so many people just telling me that, well, I can't even draw a stick. Well, you know what, look at Cash Peters. You see, he draws in stick figures. When you see that, that's Cash Peters. That's so cool. So,
Yeah.
he took a stick figure and he goes, oh, I'm no artist, but yet when you see one of those, that's a Cash Peters. And so, if even if you just can't only do stick figures, make them fun, make them unique, make them your own. We all have different, ways of expressing ourselves and creativity, and I absolutely love that. We
Yeah.
can
I
have
mean,
shows like
what we're
this.
doing, like I'm pouring lavender into the sides of this candle. Little lavender buds that I collected from my lavender plants. I mean, it's what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
What fills up your cup, and it doesn't matter what other people think of things,
What is your bliss?
not really. I mean, we pay way too much attention to what other people think,
Yeah,
I
we do.
think. Of course,
And
when you get to be a crone, you get kind of feisty in that department. And, like, this is me, take me as I am. And
mm-hmm.
this
We're
is
all
me.
human. We all make
Yeah.
mistakes. Yep. And
Oh,
Rain
yeah, we
says
sure
people
do.
idolize and pontificate celebrities. It's baffling. And with what she was addressing is that I guess she had taken a picture of when Brittany had that terrible mental health break, and she, I guess, shaved her head or whatever, did something. And she was using that image on her card with the comment underneath it saying, don't go losing your head and get all crazy, ha ha ha. And I'm like, you don't do that. She's a human being,
Well,
and
okay, let me address this exactly what you're saying. Okay, there was a time back, I tell you when it was 1999. I started working and we were having difficulty with one of our children. And it was a very stressful time. And of course, I hadn't had my job very long because I sort of retired when I was 7 months pregnant with our first one and didn't go back until our youngest one was in high school. And so I was incredibly stressed. My husband had just become disabled. Uh, I had a brand new job. There was this difficulty, and I saw this thing that said, if you could do one thing to make things easier, one thing that you didn't have to do, that you just cut that out of your life, to make the stress a little more manageable, do it. So I thought about it and I thought, well, what can I do? And It was my hair. I was always obsessing about my hair. You know, does it look good? Oh my gosh, it looks flat. You know, do I need to put streaks in it? You know, what's going I shaved my head. I completely shaved my head.
Did you?
I went and I bought, this was the first time I shaved my head. Then I have done it 4 or 5 times in my life. Twice with friends who were diagnosed with cancer and were doing chemo. I did that like to be in solidarity with them. The last time was just when my husband was so sick and I was so stressed. And, you know, he said, oh, I came out of the bathroom. He says, oh, we're doing that again, huh? I regretted that because my hair was, 4 inches down my back. But anyhow, it's growing. But anyhow, I went and I bought a wig and I went into work, and I explained that I had shaved my head and that's why I had the wig on. And of course, the office manager, Krista, she immediately wanted, oh, let me see. And I told my boss, I said, Joe, you hired me with hair. I'm the receptionist at this resort. I didn't want to go back to the medical profession. So I was working at a resort in town. And you hired me with hair, and I'm the person that checks these people in, and I'm assuming you want somebody with hair. He says, I don't care. He says, I don't care whether you have hair or not. So I just took off the wig and, kept my head shaved for about 6 months, Things got better, and I started to let my hair grow back. But that helped me because it was one less thing in the morning when I got up to go to work that I had to do. I put on my makeup. I put on some chunky earrings,
Oh, I would love to see those pictures.
Went out the door. And that was, that was how it helped me, it helped me to get by. So, making fun of, the people that I worked with were very understanding.
Well, look what they did to Sinead O'Connor. And she was gorgeous with her hair. Being bald. I mean, she was beautiful. She was stunning, People love to mock and judge. And I love that your boss said, I don't care.
Yeah. I mean.
You be you.
Yeah. But so, I mean, I don't know. I just, I think it's interesting how people feel that they have to make fun of people for whatever reason, because, life's too short to be that way. That's the way I feel. But, not everybody agrees with me, and that's all right.
And Audra said, I was pregnant with my son, first year night shift floor nurse ortho surgery.
Oh, goodness, Audra.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lori Matchstick Men became famous living artist. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Lori Matchstick Men. So, yeah. Garda said that he got interrupted with the phone, so he's playing catch up.
Yeah. Well, that was just, but my daughter, my eldest child, she says, Mama, I understand why you did this, but she said, please let it grow out. She says, because it looks like you're sick. It looked like I was having chemo, and it upset her, And so I said, well, then that's when I started letting it grow again, She was away at college and she came home and, there was Mama with no hair.
Rain said, I shaved my head when I was 21, bleached my hair, and gave myself a home perm. Ye gods, my hair never dried. Had to get rid of it. Bought a big old black Joan Jett wig. Loved it. What a transformation.
You go, girl.
Oh, Rain, if you have that picture, I would love that.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to show that.
She's still badass, too.
Yeah.
Joan Jett. With the spiky hair and stuff, she's still rocking it. She looks great.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway,
all righty.
We sort of digressed from junk journals, didn't we?
Well, these are things that we can write when we make our junk journals.
Yeah.
We
that's
put our heart and soul into it. We can write And if it's going to be a real true junk journal and you don't mind what happens to it, it could be a part of shadow work and putting things in there that you need to get out. And when you feel that's complete and you've moved on and you've healed from that, um,
Burn
then
it.
it's up to you if you want to burn it
Have a
or if you
ritual
want to
and burn
bury
it.
it or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
these journals,
there's just
everything.
so much that you can do with, journals, whether you junk
Digress.
it or not. I mean, I just think it's fun having all these little nooks and crannies and stuffing stuff in it,
Yeah, I got to figure out how
I
to do
enjoy
that.
that.
And Rain says,
Um,
digress. We love the conversation.
but, I mean,
Yeah.
we all create in a different way, and that's all right, because like, okay, a good example is Heather is making these oracle cards, and she's
I'm
using
trying.
Sharpie markers, and I have Sharpie markers, and if I started doing that like she does it, how she combines colors and everything, mine wouldn't be as stunning as hers are. Now, I mean, look at that. I mean, just look at that.
I just grabbed random ones.
Put it up real close,
But these are
close
just-
to the camera. No, you
Oh.
wait, but real close where we can see, where we can actually. Okay, when you look at those, you can see all kinds of stuff in it.
Playing around
Like
with different
the green
sizes.
the green one with the brown on the bottom. I see a chicken right there in the middle. See?
This is purple. This is two different purples
Oh, okay,
or
but
reds
that
and a
one.
green.
Do you see the chicken? It's
No.
next to the man that's reaching for something. It looks like he has a space helmet on. That's what I see, and that's what I love about Heather's art. Because
is this him right here?
Over a little bit.
See, I see a figure here.
Yeah, and then there's right up there. You go, that one.
Okay.
Looks like he has a space helmet on. And there's the chicken.
I don't see a chicken. Free spirit.
Well,
Everyone sees the chicken.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right?
Oh my goodness.
So that's what's good. And if you turn that back around, I see an angel. Yeah, over to the left of the purple in the center, I see an angel. To you, it would be your left. Yeah, right. Nope, down. There you go. Whoop, up. That green and in a little bit. Yeah, I see an angel with wings there. Does anybody else see the angel?
I don't. This is interesting. But this is art,
Okay, Rain sees the chicken. Yay, Rain, thank you. Confirmation.
I know Free Spirit says too. And I just,
Yeah, but I love it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out. I have some of those and I have markers and I am going to.
Oh, I got something to show you. I'll be right
and
back.
you will see the difference in my art and Heather's art because that's what Heather does, But I'll have fun doing it and that's okay. I've been laughed at before and I'll be laughed at again. It's not an angel for me. I see a guy with his arms up in an oversized shirt. Well, okay. That's fine. Yeah. He's reaching for an angel.
Okay. So, I've been trying to play around with different things. And a while back, I got this box. And inside, there were a bunch of and there were blank cards except for the back. Today, I am grateful for. And what I've been doing is I've been taking my permanent gouache by Holbein, and I've been doing just random paintings. I'm going to put myself on the biggie for a second.
Oh, yeah.
So I've just been playing with colors, laying colors down. This one's not finished, but just sitting there watching TV. I see a figure here bending over and all sorts of things. There's another one like that. So I may use these as oracle cards, or they might just go to my junk journal.
Now you had that was watercolor paper that you put gouache on.
No, this is just a glossy, shimmering. It says I tell you I'm grateful, but they're blank. And so I just started putting Holbein gouache on there, and Holbein's gouache is permanent because most gouache you can re-wet it and reactivate it, whereas the whole bind stays
Okay,
permanent like an
okay.
acrylic.
Because I have some gouache. I have all kinds of
So
art
just been playing with
supplies that I
stuff.
have no idea what I'm going to do with. I mean, I need to.
I'm still working on it.
That's what winter is for.
So this is what I've been doing. Also, sitting outside, in the
Yeah.
living room with Shan. So, and if I keep them, I keep them. I don't. But at least right now, it's something to
Well, I love that. I love
get me out of.
I'm going to get my markers out and work on that and see what
So whatever.
I'll share with you, Heather, and you can
Huh?
give me your critique.
Oh, well, you made those beautiful watercolor cards that I haven't
Well,
seen
yeah, I
you use
want
in
to
a
do that
while.
again and spend more time on it. I was kind of fast and furious with those, but I enjoyed it. So that was a good thing.
And Rain says, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm looking forward to winter slowing down, not the cold. I don't mind the cold.
I don't either. I don't know. There is something to me, there is something so restorative about autumn and winter. And when I look at the bare trees, a lot of people don't like it because they say the trees look dead. The trees aren't dead. The trees, I mean, to me, it's a spiritual thing. They're nourishing their souls. So that in the spring, there's all this beautiful majesty of leaves and blossoms and things like that. And that's what I see when I see the bare trees. I see the possibilities of spring. So anyhow.
I have it here, but I came across a piece of artwork I love because when there's no trees, just look at, because this is what drives me nuts. What my friends were like, well, we were do plein air painting. She goes, there's really nothing on the trees yet. I don't want to go out. And I said, what do you mean there's nothing to paint? And you go out and you just see it. The bare branches, the way they twist and they turn and you play around. You see the negative space within there and all the kind of colors and things that you can do with those branches. To me, I see, you could stick me just about anywhere and I can find something of interest,
And they're networking amongst themselves under the ground with their roots. They're nourishing each other. It's a huge community. And, there's a lot to be learned from trees in that aspect of how we should look out for each other.
That's why when I see trees that are being cut down that are still healthy or alive, it breaks my heart because, we got to move this because the people don't want it. I can understand some people may not wanting something to hit their house if a bad storm came up, but at the same time, we just don't want anything to cover the front of our house. So let's just cut down. I don't know. To me, when I see really what I think is unnecessary cutting down the trees, my heart breaks and I tell the tree, I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm here in the mountains of Western North Carolina, and it used to be back when, like in 1965, when they would have a snow, they would get 3 or 4 feet of snow. And I don't know if it's global warming or what it is, but we had one snow last year that was maybe 2 or 3 inches. The rest were just flurries. We were supposed to get a big storm, but it got stalled over eastern Tennessee, and they got just so much snow. And I was so happy because that's where my grandchildren are, and they were able to go sledding and
like a snowman.
And they had a wonderful time. So I did not begrudge them that snow one bit, but I love snow. Because I was born in Indiana and lived in Chicago, and I love snow. And there was even snow out in California. You could go to the beach in the wintertime and then travel up the mountain and see all kinds of snow. And I thought I'd see a lot more snow when I moved to these mountains than I have. And that has been a disappointment.
And we watched that video that you sent us. We've been seeing a lot of videos about people in the mountains seeing Sasquatch and experiencing Bigfoot and stuff. Yep. Yeah. A lot of areas. So every time we watch, I'm like, because I can never remember, is she north or south? I know Ginger's one and Nancy's the other.
Yeah.
I can never remember which one is which, but growing up in Buffalo,
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, and plus you get that lake effect.
But with where we're at in the falls, we've been noticing with the last 10 years or so that because of the weather patterns changing, Buffalo and the South towns will get, will get the most of the snow, or have the bad snow
Mhm.
when it does happen. But for us, we've been lucky up here, knock on wood. They've been we've become kind of like a pocket. It goes up past us into like Canada, Toronto area, and then down and around and underneath us and below.
Mhm.
So it's been very interesting how the patterns have changed. And Rain says, I'm very lucky. I have 2 acres of birch and conifer
Oh, wow.
woods. I
That
only trim
sounds
trees if they are
beautiful.
a danger.
You know, the thing I like about snow when there's a
Yep. It's,
significant snow is how quiet it is.
yes. And so I love watching the the white,
Oh, I just love that. I could just I
until it
could
gets
just
black
sit
and
at a
dirty on the
window
side of
and
the road.
just, you know,
Hmm.
with my hot cocoa.
Yes. Hot cocoa season.
Yeah. Or a hot toddy.
Oh, I don't do hot toddies, but oh, I love a good hot cocoa. There's a place
Yeah.
um, in North Tonawanda. It's about what, a 15-minute drive, and they're called Stone and Coffee, or Coffee and Stone, something like that. But their hot
Mhm.
chocolate they get is as European hot chocolate, so it
Mhm.
has a nice little spice to it. So it's not the
Mhm.
bland, Well, we got
Yeah.
Tim Hortons,
Yeah.
which is bland. Starbucks isn't bad. I like Starbucks, but they're relatively spendy. But
Yeah, they are
Stone is
expensive, aren't they? Oh my God.
European
Yeah.
European chocolate. Oh my God, hot chocolate. It is so good. And Rain says, I'll do a hot toddy. Actually, I knew a guy named Todd,
Oh,
and we used to call him Hot Toddy.
I
He was
love that.
quite a looker.
Yeah.
Yes, it is quiet. It is magical when you walk out in the snow. It's just falling around.
Yeah.
I miss that as a kid, having my backyard and going
Yeah.
outside. And but where we're going, they get snow, not as well, depending. Shan said so. It's not
Yeah.
that I'm going to be without snow. It's going to be warmer because where we're going, they've been hitting 100 during the summer, the last few years or so, 90s to
Mhm.
100. But there's plenty of forests and parks to stay cool in, and AC. So, but I don't do well
Mhm.
in the heat. So, Rain, you don't like the cold? Oh, girl, I have a hard time handling the heat, especially menopause. you know, I'll be sitting there and all of a sudden, gotta get up, turn on the AC, gotta have the
Mhm.
fan on. So, mm. And she's got to be careful of the yellow snow.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Yes. So, what, we are almost at 4:30. Was there anything else you wanted to share, Nancy? Or
Well,
anybody in chat?
I don't think I'm going to be able to make it next Sunday because my son and daughter-in-law are coming, and I'm going to cook for them. So,
Ooh, and I have a friend, and my friend Amanda wants me to come out to Buffalo and have lunch or something with her. So
oh, that would be great.
I'll let
Yeah.
her know that.
And we have to
Next.
decide what we're going to do after that. But I have got tonight, I am doing Mabon readings with Ginger and Farah from Faraway Astrology. She has changed her name. I have to
Yes,
look it up. I'm not sure what it
simple.
is.
I think she calls herself Simple Astrology.
Okay. And
I
I
think
love
I know.
that. And then Monday at 10 a.m., I'm doing a live with Gerald and Jane, Tarot Stash, and
Jane the Sika.
Jane the Seeker. And then at 5 p.m., we're doing Mabon readings, Heather and I, with Amy
The Mystic
from
Rose
Mystic
Tarot.
Rose Tarot. And then Tuesday at 7 p.m., Ginger and I are starting a new, hopefully, series called Whispers of Heaven and Earth. And I am going to be doing angel readings, and she will be doing fairy readings.
That sounds good.
So, and then I'm with Sun Psychic Jean Friday the 27th live. We'll be doing readings. So that's what I've got going on.
And Rain says, "Ooh, what are you cooking?"
I am cooking spaghetti. What I call loaded spaghetti because I put meatballs in it and I put Italian sausage and lots of chunky vegetables and portobello mushrooms that I saute
Oh,
ahead.
wow. Sounds so
and
good.
make garlic bread, and then what I call a kick-ass salad. It's got just everything in it with
Yep. Right
Italian
up
dressing.
her alley. She
Yeah,
loves spaghetti. And
yeah.
I treat ourselves to spaghetti. We've
Well,
been trying to lay
it's
off the
easy
carbs.
because I can prepare it ahead of time, and then when they come, all I have to do is cook the pasta because I can have the salad and then just dress it with the dressing when we sit down. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do for dessert. I'm going to have to come up with something because my son is the master dessert maker. They're foodies, and I'm going to have to come up with something that will knock their socks off. I don't know if I can do
You
that, but I'm going to
know
try.
what looks good? Speaking of rain, she was sharing a picture that she made a few years back of a Rocky Road chocolate cake.
Ooh,
And
wow.
we're all looking at it going, oh my
Ooh,
God, that sounds it looks so
yeah,
good. I
yeah.
wanted chocolate. And Ray says
Years ago, I
tiramisu.
used to do this. It was like an eclair dessert where it was kind of like an eclair, but it wasn't an eclair, and you layered stuff and had it in the refrigerator. I don't know.
Parfait.
Yeah, kind of. I've got the recipe somewhere, but I also saw one on Instagram where you take ice cream sandwiches and you put ice cream sandwiches in an 11 by 8 baking dish, and then you put chocolate Cool Whip on top of it, and then you drizzle fudge and caramel, and then you put another layer of ice cream sandwiches and put vanilla or the white Cool Whip on top of it, and then drizzle it with the caramel and then
Oh
put
my
it in
God,
the
I want
freezer and
chocolate now.
freeze it, and then you just cut it out. And I think I might do that
Yes.
because it's easy, but it's you know
Rain says, is it called profiteroles?
Yeah,
Profit?
tiramisu. Yeah, my son makes
No,
tiramisu.
no, she called
Tiramisu is
profiteroles.
my favorite dessert. And one time he made me a lavender tiramisu. Oh my gosh, it was to die for. It was so good.
Holy crap, Nancy, my hips are
Yes,
white.
like just what we need, right?
Makes me
But
want to go
I
out and
may do
go to
that
the
because
store.
I can't do tiramisu like he does, you know. So I may just do that.
Tomorrow we have to go out and do laundry and get Jan's lottery ticket and get some stuff for the house for the week. So now with all this chocolate talk, I might. And I was telling Shan this morning, I had a dream last night where I was at a store and I was
Uh-huh.
looking at shelves of candy bars and stuff, going, "Oh, get a candy bar." I was craving chocolate in my dream, and I kept looking at everything. I couldn't figure out which one to get. I want and when I have dreams like this, I need to have something so that I can, because when you start to dream about it, your body's really starting
You know
to
what?
crave it.
Actually, when I really think about it, you know what I think I'm going to do because spaghetti is very filling. Let's see.
Oh my God, have mercy! I don't have anything sweet at
I
home.
know, I know. I think okay, scratch what I just said because I'm trying to think that is very filling. And after having a bunch of spaghetti,
Hmm.
and garlic bread, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up some Italian ices.
Or gelato.
Yeah, yeah, I could get, but I think I'm just going to do the Italian ices, and do that dessert sometimes when I have something that's not quite as heavy as the spaghetti, because um, I
We're
do make
having ham steaks
good
and
spaghetti,
pineapple.
even if I do say so my very own self.
Man,
Oh goodness,
one week at Nancy's
self
place might
praise
be
is a
pounding on the
scandal,
pounds.
isn't it?
Oh my goodness.
What did you say, Heather? I'm sorry,
I
I
said
interrupted.
one week at Nancy's, I'm going to be pounding on the pounds. That's
Yeah.
all her yummy food. And Rain says, I'm going to pull out some vegan chocolate chips from the freezer in desperation now.
Well,
A nice sambuca after dinner would be a great sweet treat. Sambuca. I
mm,
know that, but I can't think of right now. Sambuca?
mm.
I can't remember what that is. I have some honey in case I faint. Oh, free spirit. I know. Oh my God. So, on that note, I have to go check the ham steak and make sure the ham steak is thawed and have some pineapple with it, and find something to watch on TV with Shan on YouTube. Licorice Liquor, Heather. Oh, ooh, Shan might like that, but you only like it if I do
you
it
know
for
what
you
I
guys.
like after a really sweet dessert is what's it called? A shot. Oh, just a shot of coffee. What is it? My mind
With
is
Bailey's.
espresso.
Oh, Shan has that in his
Yeah.
coffees. Yeah.
Yeah, that I love that after a sweet dessert. Yeah.
Yeah. When we go out to Tim Hortons, Shan likes to get a regular coffee double with a shot of espresso.
Yeah.
That's his.
Yes.
Whew. All right. Well, I'm hungry now, and I have a
Yes,
sleeper.
I am too.
And nothing in the house except except when we have food. But we do have jelly though. Maybe I'll make myself a little bit of a thing with a bit of jelly on it. English muffin with a little bit of butter and jelly. So
I have some pumpkin cream cheese rolls. You know that cake.
Shan loves those.
I might fix me a cup of coffee and have that.
Sounds good.
This has been fun. I've enjoyed it.
Yep,
Now I'm starved to death.
Yep. Thank you, Rain. She says, ladies, this was fun.
Oh, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Y'all are good company.
Yes. So everybody. Also, what's it? Tomorrow. Yeah, Monday tomorrow I have Nancy and Amy. Mystic Rose Tarot. We're going to talk about Mabon. I can't wait because Amy doesn't do a lot of collaborations.
I love
so I'm
Amy.
very honored that she's willing to join.
And I love her reading. She has given me some of the most profound readings. I just love it. Bye, Ange.
And bye, Garnet.
And sending our love to Care Bear Karen and
yes, and the little ones,
her sick babies and husband, and
she
and her son are hoping that they won't get it.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard when everybody's breathing on everybody else.
Mm-hmm. And Rain, yes, TTT on Tuesday with me and Rain and Jackie's Crystal Moon all on Rain's channel. And I don't know, there might be something coming up. I don't know with me. And then Friday with Allison and Amanda. So
good night, Free Spirit.
Bye, Free Spirit. Thank you so much for joining. And we'll see everybody on the next show. Or don't forget tonight on Ginger's channel. If you want readings, go get a beautiful reading from Ginger, Nancy, and Farah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
looking forward to it. We always
try to pop in.
Yeah.
Yes. So everybody have a great rest of your Sunday and have a great week. Bon appetit. Yep.
Bye, everybody. Mwah.